everyone, my name is Michael and I'm the head of international development of Braiden consulting law firm. In this video, I'm going to tell you about the main ways, cost and terms of liquidation a legal entity in Russia. For many years, our company has been specializing in liquidation of legal entities. We practice various methods of closing firms, such as voluntary liquidation, bankruptcy, and through changing of a director and founders. It's very important to choose the liquidation method correctly because it affects the security of the owners, directors, and other employees of the company. Now, I'm going to tell you the main parameters of the company that should be considered when determining the method of liquidation. Turnover for the last 3 years, tax system, legal form, presence of debts to the budget, presence of legal disputes with counterparties, injunctions for registration actions, stocks, receivables and payables. Before you begin the procedure, you need to carefully analyze all available information. Choosing the wrong way of liquidation can lead to negative consequences, such as inspections, additional charges, litigation, inability to complete liquidation, and other problems. A few words about each method of company liquidation. The first method is a voluntary liquidation, or it's also called as official liquidation. After the voluntary liquidation, the company will be excluded from the Unified States Register of Legal Entities with the complete cessation of all obligations. In this case, the company cannot have debts to the budget and to the counterparties. The main risk of this method is the possibility of appointing an on-site tax audit, which may result in sufficiently large additional charges. It is important to say that these inspections apply to companies with a turnover of more than 50 million rubles a year. If you have such turns, then we don't recommend going into voluntary liquidation without preliminary preparation. The duration of the procedure is an average of 3-4 months. The second method is liquidation of the company through changing of a director. This method doesn't imply the exclusion of the company from the register. The legal entity continues to exist. The essence of the liquidation is that the current owner simply sells his company to a new owner. By the way, we can quickly find him. The main advantages of this type of liquidations are: first, the sale of the company is not a basis for an on-site tax audit, in contrast to voluntary liquidation. Second, small debts are allowed. Third, there is no need for searching a new address for the company. Fourth, it's very important, the participation of the seller is extremely minimal. All changes are made remotely. And finally, fifth, you'll get rid of the company in 2 or 3 weeks. We recommend to use this liquidation method for companies with annual revenues of up to 50 million rubles. After selling the company, the seller must have documents confirming the transaction: a contract of sale, an acceptance certificate, a screenshot of sales advertisement, an extract from the register, and other documents if necessary. We recommend to store these documents for a year after the sale. The third method of liquidation is bankruptcy. Bankruptcy involves a process of going through statutory steps and appointing an arbitration manager. There are several arbitration managers in our staff. They specialize in representing both debtors and lenders. So, for whom is bankruptcy relevant? Well, first of all, for companies with debts from 1 to 2 million rubles. Second, for companies that currently have no debts, but there are risks for their occurrence. In this case, we carry out the so-called pre-bankrupt preparation. Its purpose is to be able to quickly begin the bankruptcy procedure on your initiative. Third, for debtor companies for which the bankruptcy procedure has already been introduced by an unfriendly creditor. Here we protect the interests of the debtor, owners, and management from bringing the subsidiary liability. We interact with the appointed arbitration manager. The duration of the bankruptcy procedure depends on the situation. In one case, it can be 8 months, and in another case, it can be from 2 to 3 years or even more. The cost of company liquidation service starts from 30,000 rubles, and in some cases it can reach several million, depending on legal entity parameters, customer wishes, and the liquidation method. The price would be determined in advance, and it's not subject to change during the working process. Each liquidation method has its own payment procedure, which ensures the interests of both the customer and the contractor. In conclusion, I'd like to note 2 more important aspects. First, the main task in liquidation projects is to ensure the safety of the director, owners, and other employees of the company. It is important for us that after liquidation in a month, half a year, or a year, you'll not have any problems and difficulties. To achieve this, we approach the task as seriously and carefully as it's possible. Second aspect, our company constantly implements all possible methods of liquidation. We always offer several options, and together with the client we choose the best option. Braiden Consulting is always happy to see you among our clients. Thank you for watching this video, subscribe to our channel and stay tuned.